Alrighty guys, welcome back. I've got a really nice pasta dish for you today. It's essentially going to be like caramelized cauliflower pasta, some almonds, some sage, and on the side we're going to have like a sort of kale Caesar, so a bit of pancetta, a bit of anchovy dressing, you know, the good things, the good things. Let's do it. I've got half a head of cauliflower. So I'm gonna trim these leaves off, cut into quarters, and then thinly run my knife like this. I don't want to waste this core, it's all good flavor, and just chop it. I put some olive oil in, and I've just got a bit of another butter. I'm gonna let it cook. Gonna get our cauliflower. We want about 20 minutes of good caramelization over here. We're not rushing it. We're not trying to like do it really quickly and get like a lot of color. We're actually looking to like caramelize the cauliflower properly, get those sugars out and make it delicious. The cauliflower is caramelizing. We can start doing all our other stuff. And we're gonna start with the kale Caesar. So for that, I've got about 100 grams of pancetta. Really good pancetta. And I'm just gonna sort of cut into about 1 centimeter cubes. If you can only find bacon, use bacon, you know. So now these guys go into a cold pan. In general, when you're doing this sort of thing, you want to start with the cold pan so the fat just renders out and you're left with like crispy little salty nuggets. So I've got some run-of-the-mill sort of curly kale. I'm probably gonna use about half a bunch. I'm just gonna pick the leaves off. And we're just gonna clunk this up a little bit. Very roughly, just chop the kale. Nothing too special. Quite an important step. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in the kale and just give it a really good squeeze. And that just starts to break down the kale. It sort of takes it from like, I don't know, rabbit food to like something a bit more palatable and just a bit softer and not as harsh. Cool. And that can just sit until we're ready to go. So this is sort of like a sort of Caesar dressing. I've got a bit of yogurt and a bit of mayo as well. I'm probably going to go equal parts. The yogurt's just there to lighten it up a bit more. Cool, so we got a couple of heaped tablespoons of each over here. Got a little bit of mustard, go in, nice bit of lemon juice. And then I'm gonna put in like 4 fillets of anchovies. People like to sort of blitz this up, but I actually like the texture of the anchovy throughout the salad. So we're just gonna roughly chop this up. And parmesan. Probably put about like, I don't know, 30 grams of parmesan. Then a lot of black pepper. I know. But you really need it. Fresh, creamy, set this aside. As you can see, things are starting to take shape over here as well. I've got my nice crispy bacon bits that are nearly there. I've got my cauliflower, which is, you can really see the color starting to take shape over here. That's really fantastic. I just added a bit more butter and olive oil to that. Sometimes it can sort of not brown that well. So that's good. All the salad stuff's pretty much done. Our cauliflower is caramelizing, and now we can just do the final little bits for our pasta prep. So first thing we're gonna do is get a pot of water on. And now I've just got some really nice sage. Just gonna pick lots of that off. And with this sage, just gonna like sort of just layer it up like that. I'm just gonna do a little chiffonade. Not to be too fun. Cool. And over here, I've got some really nice roasted salted almonds, and we're just going to run our knife through them. So that's ready to go. Cauliflower's nearly there, as you can see. It's got getting a really nice color on it. And don't be afraid to take it far, you know, like some people, oh, little burn bits and stuff like that. No, we're still at the caramelization phase of cooking. We're not burning phase of cooking yet. So yeah, keep on taking it, and it's great. And with this bacon, just flake it. You can see it's like really crispy and dark. That's really delicious. We're gonna turn it off. Because we know we like flavor and we like to cook with nice things, I'm actually gonna strain the bacon fat into the cauliflower because that's actually just good flavor. We don't wanna waste that. And then we're just gonna let the bacon cool off. Sometimes it's a bit dangerous because you just sort of snack on it the whole time before you even need to use it, but we'll be patient. Got my drained little bacon bits. I'm gonna go straight in. And I'm just gonna go with some herbs. I just think it lightens everything up a little bit. And the good thing about this salad, it actually holds up really well. So you can sort of make this you know, and it lasts overnight in the fridge quite well for the next day. It lasts well for dinner, because obviously the kale's not that delicate, so it can really sort of take all the dressing and everything. And then we're just gonna add the dressing. Ready to go. Delicious. The water's boiling. I'm gonna get my pasta. And usually I probably do about like 100 grams of pasta per person, of dried pasta. Cooking time 8 minutes. I'd probably recommend to take it to about 6 minutes, just because we're gonna finish it in the sauce with the cauliflower. Then like the pasta and the sauce can actually come together. Lid on, wicked. As you can see now, the cauliflower's really, really nicely caramelized. So I'm gonna put about half a glass of nice white wine and just deglaze that. I'm gonna put in my sage. I don't really want to cook the sage too much. I want to keep it quite fresh and aromatic. Start pasta. I'm still a bit under, which is really, really good. And we're just gonna drag that into our cauliflower. So I'm putting a nice amount of pasta water in there. Put a nice amount of olive oil. And we're just gonna start tossing it quite vigorously. It might get a bit messy, but it's worth it. Gonna add a nice amount of Parmesan. Gonna add my chopped almonds. A bit more water. Couple of strokes of Parmesan on top. And there we go, guys. Something a little bit different. Very, very satisfying. Using everyday ingredients. Enjoy. Alrighty. Yeah, it's very good. A bit of salad. A killer cauliflower pasta and a kale Caesar. Enjoy.